Welcome to another Zincast. It's a morning edition news and plays from the NHL Playoffs. I got my coffee. Let's dive right in. Let's try to make this a world record in quickness. Not if I'm drinking coffee the whole time. Then it's going to take forever. All right, so let us go and take a look at these series from yesterday. Remember, all the teams coming in had a 1-0 lead because it was game 2. And let's start with the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the New York Rangers. Rangers even up this series. Penguins actually had someone else that did not start the game, and there was no news about it until right before the game. So I guess it was something that happened during warm-ups. Generally, when there's no hint of it beforehand, or maybe they just wanted to keep it a secret. But it was Brian Dumoulin. He did not play, and that's one of the Penguins' top defensemen, right behind Letang. Letang is more the offensive defenseman. Dumoulin's more of that defensive defenseman. I'd say he's the top D-man. If you're, if you want to try to figure out where he is in that lineup, and that's a big loss. And of course, no Jari, no DeSmith, no Raquel. Zucker, he was not playing either. He was a game time decision, but he could not go. So Penguins pretty shorthanded there, and they fall to the Rangers 5-2. This was actually close going into the third period. It was 3-2. Penguins actually dominated the first 5-6 minutes of play in that third period, and then the Rangers scored a few goals, and it was over. Louis Domingue, he made some fantastic saves. I don't really think there was any, maybe there was one goal as a guy should have had that one. But all the other ones, look, Rangers, their power play clicked. They scored power play goals. Penguins could not score a power play goal. And, so it came down, I think, to the special teams at that point. And the series is tied 1-1, and it heads back to Pittsburgh tomorrow. Capitals at the Panthers. No Tom Wilson for the Capitals, and they fall to the Panthers 5-1. Panthers flex their muscles. Barkov a goal and assist. Ekblad a goal. Bobrovsky with 26 saves. And they even that series at 1-1. And that shifts to Washington on Saturday. The Stars and the Flames. These guys want to just trade shutouts. Oettinger, a 29 save shutout. 2-0 by the Stars. Pavelski with a goal. And Markstrom had 21 saves, but again, his team could not score any goals. So if these guys are trading shutouts, the under has been playing in that series. And then the Avalanche versus the Predators. Remember, the Predators were blown out in the last game. Predators actually started their rookie goaltender this time. And this was an OT thriller. Makar scores the OT game winner for the Avalanche, and the Avalanche take a 2-0 series lead. It was nice to see that the Predators came out and put up a fight. Like this, compared to that first game, they actually put up a fight, but they are still down 2-0 in the series. All right, let us move on to today's plays, and just remember, always gamble responsibly, and this is for entertainment purposes, and it's pretty early. So these lines and numbers that I'm going to read off are going to change, okay? Because they change throughout the day. All right, actually, before that, let's check on any of the big news. Swayman, it's a start for the Bruins today, all right? So that is important, and Ronta might be back in net for the Hurricanes. He's a game-time decision. So that is the big news coming into today's game, and that's ball for the Boston and Carolina matchup, so might as well start there in the plays. Carolina at Boston. Listen, this is going back to Boston. Carolina is up 2-0. Boston does not want to fall behind 3-0. But Carolina just played Boston so well during the regular season and during these playoffs that I just feel like the Carolina Hurricanes are going to... They're going to come out on top. And the money line here is plus 100. I like that. I'm going to take the Carolina Hurricanes to the money line plus 100. Also, the over is 5.5. I think that's kind of low. Each one of the games, There's been almost, 7 goals scored in each one of those. So I'm taking the over here. That's paying out minus 115, but that's another bet in that matchup. The Toronto Maple Leafs versus Tampa Bay Lightning, and this series is tied.
Could you say that again?
Yep, there's Siri turning on. All right. The Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. This one is more interesting. Again, they're heading back to Tampa Bay. I personally think Toronto is not going to come out flat like they did in the last game. I think they're going to come out to play, and I think it's going to resemble more of the first game, but more competitive. In both these games, it seems like one team has been the more competitive team. The Leafs in the first game, Tampa Bay in the second game. I think this game is going to be a lot more competitive, but I do think the Leafs come out on top, and money line is plus 100 currently for the Leafs on that. By the way, the over-under is 6.5, but I mean, they've been scoring a lot of goals, but I would kind of stay away from that because I feel like the goalies are good. Vasilevsky's good. Campbell's proven to be good. So that one I'm maybe going to stay away from. The Minnesota Wild versus the St. Louis Blues. This is all tied up. I don't see any news. I'm assuming Fleury is going to start because he did have a good performance in the last game. This is heading to St. Louis. And again, the series is tied 1-1. I would just stay away from this game. Over-under is 6.5. I would stay away from that. I could flip a coin. One of these teams is going to win. If Minnesota could stay out of the penalty box, their chances of winning increase. I think I'd said this series was going 7. So, again, I think this is going to be back, forth. So I could see either team winning this game. Then we have, finally, the Edmonton Oilers versus the Los Angeles Kings. And, again, this series is tied 1-1 also. And it's heading into L.A. And Shant had given us a tidbit that L.A. was not that great of a home team this year. And Edmonton is favored. They are favored minus 150 on the money line. It's kind of hard to say that. Look, it's definitely going to be a much more competitive game than the last game. Oilers beat up on the Kings last game. I think the Kings come out to play. I think they're less. I think this is going to be close. And you know what? I'm going the Kings. For Shant. Go Kings, go, as Shant would say. I'm going to the Kings on the money line, plus 130. But you know what? I definitely think Edmonton will then win game 4, and it'll be tied 2-2. I said that series is going 7 as well, so we will see. That was actually my upset series. All right, that is your picks for today. That is a little bit of news. So Swayman starting for Boston, and a chance for Ranta to start for the Hurricanes. He'll be dated. He's going to be game time decision. And that's it. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Add some comments. Did you watch the games yesterday? What did you think about them? And I guess the only other thing I want to say here is all the series are tight, and that's what makes playoff hockey so enjoyable. And even that Carolina-Boston series, even though Carolina's up 2-0 in that series, still, it's one of the most entertaining series. Go watch that series tonight because, I mean, the hits and the fights and the scrums are insane. Anyway, no videos over the weekend, guys, so we will catch up on Monday and talk about everything that transpired over the weekend, and we'll have better positioning on these series and have a better picture of how they may turn out. Remember, in hockey, you can never count out a team. Anyway, have a good one, everyone, and have a good weekend.